Welcome everybody to another edition of Universe Mode here on the channel. It is Monday Night Raw as we continue to build towards Hell in a Cell, which is 3 weeks away, our very next pay-per-view here on the channel. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content on the channel. We're live here in Virginia Beach, Virginia for tonight's episode. Let's go ahead and take a look at the match card. First match, it'll be LA Knight going up against Cedric Alexander. T-Bar faces off against Ciampa in the second match. Then we have Tamina versus Carmella. Carmella looking to keep up that hot streak as of late. Akira Tozawa goes one-on-one against Omos. It's a hard draw for Akira. And then the fifth match, Rey Mysterio battles Chad Gable of the Alpha Academy with Otis in his corner. AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler one-on-one. And the main event is the Women's Tag Team Championships are on the line. Liv and Rhea battle Sasha and Naomi. LA Knight wins against Cedric Alexander. Ciampa picks up a big win over T-Bar. Carmella continues her hot streak. She beats Tamina in one-on-one action, and Omos picks up the victory over Akira Tozawa. Now time for Rey Mysterio versus Chad Gable. Before we get into the Rey-Chad Gable matchup, I did want to highlight the end of this match because there was an interesting development. Now, Omos beat Akira Tozawa pretty single-handedly, kind of like what we expect, but Akira had Reggie and R-Truth in his corner. But after the match, looks like Reggie's in the ring. He's coming up from behind on Omos, trying to celebrate with the big man. And Omos sees him, and they shake hands. So a little bit of a new pairing here on Raw. Reggie could be the new manager of Omos, and that could be what Omos needs to take that next step. But very interesting, but we're going to jump into this matchup now. Our first featured match of the night is Rey Mysterio makes his way to the ring. It's been kind of a down couple of months for Rey Mysterio. He lost at WrestleMania to Logan Paul and The Miz, and then he kind of lost his feud against The Miz, lost another match on Raw against him, and then last week, the no-holds-barred matchup, Rey Mysterio was unsuccessful against The Miz. The Miz will go on to be the #1 contender to the WWE Championship, but Rey Mysterio with a chance to bounce back here tonight against Chad Gable. No Dominique in his corner. Dominique is back home and at San Diego training and looking to better himself, so when they can come back, the Mysterios can be better than ever. But Rey Mysterio going at it alone here tonight. He has, the credentials. Rey is definitely very capable of himself, and he's going up against the Olympian Chad Gable, the leader of Alpha Academy, coming to the ring with his prized pupil himself, Otis. Chad Gable, he'll tell you, 4.0 GPA, smart, very technical, very good in terms of his wrestling ability. As Gable and Otis make their way into the ring, Otis will be in Gable's corner. I'll have to see if that plays a factor. But it is a one-on-one contest here tonight. Rey Mysterio versus Chad Gable. We are ready to go, and we are underway as this one started. The superstars in the center of the ring. Alpha Academy had a very interesting WrestleMania of their own right. They lost the Raw Tag Team Championship match, and then later on, Gable Steveson attacked Chad Gable after the match. So, very intriguing development. We have yet to see Gable Steveson since then, but Chad Gable and the Alpha Academy looking to get back on the right foot. He's had a couple matches here and there, but nothing as of really significance since WrestleMania. Chad Gable, though, with the early advantage in this match, working away on Rey Mysterio. Seems to be targeting that right arm of the masked luchador. As Rey gets back to his feet, Gable's there to meet him. Now I'm going to pick the leg and take Rey Mysterio down. This is that very technical grappling background of Gable. He was an Olympian, but he goes for a cover here on Rey, but Rey will kick out quickly. Gable's going to take you down. He's probably looking for that ankle lock, because there's a nice suplex attempt on Rey Mysterio. As Rey Mysterio struggling to get out of the box here. Gable taking it to Rey, arguably the greatest high flyer of all time. But Gable, speaking of high flying, he's the one that's going up to the top rope. Rey's going to slowly make his way back to his feet, and Gable hits him with a crossbody. Nice move there by Gable. Don't see him leave the mat very often unless he's hitting that moonsault. As Gable chopped now to Rey. Rey's going to go underneath, a kick to the hamstring, and Gable will follow it up with one of his own. So no Dominic for Rey here. Rey's getting a little bit of a singles opportunity as he's gotten since WrestleMania. Dominic will be back very soon is what Rey says. So The Mysterios aren't over as Gable goes for a cover here, but Rey kicks out at 1. This isn't the end of the Mysterios. They still have plans to win back the Raw Tag Team Championships. It's just Rey's just going to go out of solo for now. Dominic needs a little bit more training as Rey thinks, and Dominic obliged. So it'll just be Rey at it for now. As he gets a nice suplex there on Chad Gable, and this is what Eddie Guerrero used to do, the late great Eddie Viva La Raza. As he hits the 3 Amigos, gets 2, and is going to connect with the third one on Chad Gable. Rey Mysterio now taking the momentum back. Going to get Gable back to his feet. Kick to the midsection, plants some face first into the canvas. And it seems the momentum has turned in this matchup. Rey seems to have all of it as he picks Gable up, snaps him over, and Rey continues to work away on Gable. Now, Alpha Academy, not sure what's in store for them as well, as they'd like to get back in the Raw Tag Team title hunt, but haven't got that title shot since WrestleMania, as it seems like they've kind of been put on the wayside. But a huge move. What does Rey here have in mind? He's going to hit a Super Bulldog off of the top rope. Very good maneuver there from Rey. That could be enough to get him the victory as he goes into the cover, gets 2, but Gable does kick out at 2. Alpha Academy want to get back in the Raw Tag Team title hunts. You know, it's kind of occupied right now. Street Profits had the shot last week as Rey goes for a frog splash here. He hits frog splash here on Chad Gable. This for the win, gets 2, and Gable, no, kicks out at 2.5. So close, but Rey unable to pick up the victory. Well, I've been trying to talk about the Alpha Academy in recent moments, but Rey has been taking it to them as there's a nice distraction from Otis. I think that caused just enough for Rey to miss that springboard maneuver. And then how about a little bit of insult to injury? Gable is going to hit 2. It looks like he's going for a 3 Amigos of himself, and he does hit. Just adding insult to injury is Gable, not one to really show that much respect for his opponents, despite what he likes to talk about his character. Respect seems to be lacking in it, but Rey Mysterio not going to take that as he's going to throw Gable back into the corner. A couple of body shots to the spine that drops Gable. Rey continuing to stomp away on the corner, just stomp after stomp after stomp. Gable has to roll out of the corner, and now Rey is getting fired up, trying to get the crowd behind him as he lifts Gable up, and there's another snapmare takedown, and now he's going to go back. To the top rope goes Rey. What does he have in mind here? He's thinking frog splash again, but this time Gable gets the knees up. Had it scouted after the first hit, and now Gable in control gets Rey back to his feet. Going to try to pick the leg again. Takes down Rey. Works away on that left leg. And now Otis throws a chair into the ring. That actually kind of hit Rey. Ref, I don't know if he didn't see it or if he just is going to let this one go, but there's a chair in the ring. This is not no disqualification. And now Gable hits a fisherman's suplex on the chair and holds the pin. That should be a disqualification, but the ref letting it go here. Not entirely sure why, as that was a suplex onto the chair. It definitely did a lot of damage to that lower back of Rey. Look at Rey here now fighting back. It's got Gable against the ropes and hits a crossbody right as he gets off the ropes. Rey, though, fired up. Going back to the top rope. It's a big foot stomp to the lower sternum of Gable. Now going to get him back to his feet. Rey, Hurricane Rana puts Gable on the ropes. This is not where he wants to be. Are we in 619? Yes, we are. The 619 connects on Gable. Rey back in the ring. Going to go for the pin. Gets 1, 2, and Rey is victorious over Chad Gable. So despite the chair attempts and interference from Otis, it was not enough to get the victory. Big comeback victory here for Rey, getting back on the right track after a string of losses. Chad Gable and Alpha Academy still trying to figure out where they need to go, but a big win here for Rey tonight. I thought he had it, but I thought Gable might come back, but it was not enough as we went to the 619 as Rey celebrates his victory here, though, in Virginia Beach. And hold on a second. That's Legado del Fantasma. Is Santos Escobar on the ramp? Well, this is a surprise. Looks like he is congratulating Rey. Santos, the newest Raw member, it looks like. Rey doesn't know what to think. That's a very interesting development. Well, Santos Escobar and Legado del Fantasma are here, and they have joined the Raw roster. We can confirm. So that's a very big pickup for Monday Night Raw, but it's time for the next match, and here is a big name in his own right. The phenomenal AJ Styles makes his way to the ring for the next contest. AJ Styles unsuccessful at Backlash for the United States Championship, but he still wants another shot at Edge, and we can confirm it was advertised from last week. Edge is here tonight. He is in the building, so you have to think AJ wants a piece of Edge if he sees him. So we'll have to see if what's Edge up to. Does Edge have an announcement to make? We really don't know what Edge has in mind for tonight. We just know that he's here. So AJ Styles, though, he has to not let personal matters get in the way. He has a matchup to take care of tonight against Dolph Ziggler. It's the big matchup. Dolph Ziggler, very accomplished superstar, as he gets ready to make his way to the ring. And he's not going to come at it alone. He's going to bring his Dirty Dog partner in Robert Roode to the ring, as these two superstars made quite an impact last week. After the main event, RK Bro retained the Raw Tag Team Championships. The Dirty Dogs lay out RK Bro, so I think it's pretty clear what these two superstars have in mind. They want the Raw Tag Team Championships, as that's what they have their sights on. Dolph Ziggler's had he's had an eventful past couple months. Hasn't always been good. He was NXT champion just before WrestleMania. Lost the title on the first NXT after WrestleMania. Did not get a rematch. Was involved in that six-pack challenge at Backlash. He did not gain the title. Actually took the fall in that matchup. But now it seems like they had their sights set on the Raw Tag Team titles. It was another singles opportunity for Dolph Ziggler here tonight. AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler, as we kick this old rivalry back up, as Ziggler is chopped down by Styles. Styles comes out swinging out of the gate, and it's a back suplex on Dolph Ziggler. Styles looks to take control of the early going, and Styles quickly going to go up to the top rope. Ziggler's about halfway across the ring. And we want Ziggler to get back to his feet, as that's a far way to fly, but Styles is going to try to go for a flying clothesline, but Ziggler sidesteps, and that's enough to gain him control. Ziggler, nice boot to the face of Styles. Looks like a Pele kick almost of his own. We've seen a couple of moves stolen by the opposition here tonight. Nice DDT, though, by Styles, gets him back on the right track as Styles looks to continue his battle against the Judgment Day, as that battle, he says, is not over. It's not going to lay to rest until he gets his hands on Edge again, as Edge was victorious at WrestleMania. It goes back to even before that, when Edge laid out Styles with the Concerto. We really saw Edge take this turn to the dark side. He's recruited Damian Priest to be at his side. We've seen Priest and Styles go at it here on Raw. In the meantime, though, as Ziggler goes for a cover, he's going to get one, and Styles kicks out at one. We've seen Styles pick up a victory over Damian Priest. We've seen them battle in the back. We've seen Styles cost actually Priest a shot at the United States Championship, so their bad blood continues to roll, as Styles now going to look for a move here on Ziggler. Hits the ropes, drops the knee across the face. Yes, but Styles, he wants another piece of the leader. Now, for the Judgment Day, Edge, he's been busy. I haven't seen him on Raw since WrestleMania, but we've heard that Edge is trying to recruit new members to the Judgment Day. Not quite entirely sure who he has in mind, but if that movement can grow, if he can add some more superstars to his cause, that could be a really scary development to look out for. Ziggler right now has Styles in looks like a chin lock. The Styles will fight out of it. The Styles, he said, I don't care if you got 2 members, I don't care if you got 3, 4, a million. He is going to take the battle to him. I have to think Styles is probably going to look for some backup. Especially if this movement continues to grow, Styles can't do it alone. Now, I don't know who would step up for Styles. We've mentioned maybe Finn Balor. They have some links to one another, but, technically Styles did cost Finn that match against Damian Priest and set up the match against Theory for Theory to win the title, thanks to Styles attacking a Priest backstage. We haven't heard anything about Balor holding that against Styles, but maybe that plays a factor. But Styles and Balor, maybe. Not really entirely sure who else would want to step up to the plate and help AJ Styles. Right now, Ziggler in control of this match as we get back to it. But Styles, a couple of lefts and rights. There's the knockdown punch that drops Ziggler to the canvas. Ziggler now rolling. There's a nice enziguri to the back of the neck. Every time Ziggler's tried to get some offense rolling, Styles has been there to meet them, but Ziggler now kicked to the midsection, trying to create a little bit of space, as he's going to drag Styles into the far corner. Styles, though, quickly evades and kicks Ziggler. Ziggler's had a pretty up and down couple of months, we mentioned. Former NXT champion, won the title back in March. Didn't hold it for very long, but he was the champion post-WrestleMania. As now Styles goes for a pin. He gets one there on Ziggler. He was the NXT champion, lost it back to Braun Breaker. As there's a missed 450 by Styles. Had a chance to win back the United States Championship. He was unsuccessful at Backlash, but it seems like Ziggler's not giving up on winning a title back, as now him and Robert Roode have set their sights on the Raw Tag Team titles. Not quite entirely sure if they deserve a title shot. We'll see what happens in a couple of weeks. So we still have 3 weeks to Hell in a Cell, so plenty of time to find a rightful contender. Now Styles looking for that spiral tap now as he hits it. And now Styles going in for the pin here on Ziggler. That enough to put him away. He gets 2, but Ziggler does kick out at 2. But Styles seems to be in control. Now kick to the back of Ziggler. Styles stalking his prey. I don't know. I think we're getting close. Maybe trying to set up for that phenomenal forearm. That Styles clash. As he waits for Ziggler to get up. But hold on a second. Edge is here. Here he is. The man himself, the leader of Judgment Day. Edge is in the building. Styles sees it and wastes no time, it looks like, to getting to the outside. As Edge makes his way to the ring, Styles is going to meet him there in the entryway. And it's only a matter of moments before these two come to blows. Styles and Edge fighting on the entrance ramp. This match has been thrown out for disqualification. Styles technically gets the victory here, but don't get a clear winner, as I don't think Styles really cares. He finally has his hands on Edge. Edge, though, gets a hold of Styles as these two men continue to fight up the ramp. And this rivalry is not even close to being over. Styles now fighting out of the grip of Edge. Styles, a couple of strikes. There's the combination back fist, and then a big clothesline knocks down Edge. They continue to fight on the ramp. Actually, wait a second, back in the ring, Ziggler gets back to his feet. That's Randy Orton, and he meets him with an RKO. Orton didn't forget about last week as he lays out Ziggler with an RKO. Very explosive past couple of minutes, so we still have plenty of action here tonight. Now, it is time for our main event, and if you remember, the main event was the Women's Tag Team Championship match. But we've had to go through a slight change of plans. Sasha Banks, Naomi no longer in the building. They seem to have walked out of the show here tonight. So instead, we're going to have a 6-woman tag match. Becky Lynch will team up with Doudrop and Nikki ASH to battle Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, and the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair. As far as the situation, Naomi and Sasha Banks are no longer in the building. They do not make their defense here tonight. They have been stripped of the Women's Tag Team Championships. That's right, the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships are vacant, and instead a match at Hell in a Cell will happen in order to crown the next champion. As far as who will be in that match, it will be Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. They have automatically gone on to that match. The other team will be a team from the SmackDown roster, but Sasha Banks and Naomi are no longer champions. They have actually been stripped and suspended indefinitely. So we'll have to try to keep you more up to date on that situation. But no Women's Tag Team title match here tonight. I'm sorry for those who are looking forward to it. But we will crown a new champion at Hell in a Cell. Back to this matchup. It is 6-woman tag action. We saw Becky Lynch make her way to the ring as she was unsuccessful at Backlash in winning back that Raw Women's Championship. Doudrop and Nikki ASH are her partners, or another tag team here on Raws. They haven't really been that, victorious, I would say, in recent weeks. They have dropped a match, actually, to the number one contenders, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. And there's been a little bit of tension between these two as Nikki ASH makes her way to the ring. Still very enthusiastic, as always. I want to say maybe just, oblivious to what the crowd really thinks of her. But nonetheless, they're in the ring, and now making hers is Liv Morgan, as her and Rhea Ripley were gearing up for a chance to win those titles here tonight. Unfortunately, will not have the chance to. But, this is a little chance for them to keep the gears warm, to keep themselves ready for whenever that match happens. There will be 3 weeks at Hell in a Cell. We don't know who their opponents will be just yet, but I'm assuming we will find out in due time who Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley will face. As now Liv is in the ring. I won't keep what I call him Leah. But it's Liv and Rhea, as now Rhea Ripley makes her way to the ring, a former Raw Women's Champion, the powerhouse of this tandem, as I feel like they have worked pretty well in recent months. You know, they're still a relatively new tag team, Liv and Rhea Ripley, but they seem to gel pretty well. They have that chemistry. Rhea Ripley is the powerhouse. Liv Morgan, more of the technical, you know, high-flying, speedier of the competitor. And I think they complement each other well, and that's why they have set themselves up to be the #1 contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championships. And they were unsuccessful at WrestleMania in winning those titles, and I don't know if they would have been successful here. I think Liv and Rhea had a legit shot tonight at winning the Women's Tag Team Championships. Unfortunately, it is not to be, but they still will get that opportunity. They just might have to wait a little bit longer in order to get that gold. As Rhea, though, very dominant competitor. She's been very good. Former NXT Women's Champion, former Raw Women's Champion. And it's only a matter of time, I feel like, before she wears gold again around her waist. The crowd loves her as well, as they love what Rhea has to bring in terms of wrestling ability. Well, last and certainly not least is still your Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. She was victorious last week at Backlash, where she picked up another win over Becky Lynch. That's now 2 to the name of Bianca Belair. 2 times she has beaten big-time Becky Lynch. That is something easier said than done, but Bianca Belair able to accomplish it. Becky Lynch is a part of this matchup, so I doubt she's going to let that go, though, as I'm pretty sure she would love to get her hands on Bianca Belair. You know, if Becky Lynch could pin Bianca tonight, maybe she deserves a 3rd shot, but right now it's hard to justify Becky Lynch getting another shot at that Raw Women's Championship, as Bianca Belair has been very dominant. She had a very impressive couple of months. But we get ready for this matchup. It looks like Becky Lynch will start off things for her team. It'll be Liv Morgan starting off for her team. 6-woman tag team action here to end Raw, and we are underway. Becky and Liv are starting off for their respective teams. These two have some history going back to day 1 of earlier this year, but Liv, though, going for a quick cover on Becky. Gets 2 before Becky gets the shoulder up. Back when Becky Lynch was Raw Women's Champion, Liv Morgan had a shot at day 1 to win that title. Unfortunately for Liv, she was unsuccessful, which has kind of unfortunately been a recent trend of Liv Morgan. She gets oh so close, but can't seem to cap off the big one. Can't seem to win some gold here in WWE. Still looking for her first title. It might have been tonight, as Becky now goes for a cover on Rhea, and unfortunately kicks out at 1. Once again, though, Liv had a shot here tonight to win the title, but she gets oh so close, and this time not even a fault of her own, as there is no match here tonight. Doudrop now makes a tag in. 2 powerhouses going at it here, Rhea and Doudrop, as the 2 strong, I want to say the 2 strongest for the team, but I don't want to forget about the 3rd competitor, and Bianca Belair, who's I would say is the strongest woman in WWE. So plenty of power here in this matchup, as Liv Morgan now makes the tag back in. She wants a piece of Doudrop. Doudrop now going to get back to her feet. Liv Morgan missed wildly, looked like on a roundhouse kick, as Liv and Doudrop continue to battle. Liv going to roll through and look to spin Doudrop down as she throws into the mat. We're going to take a quick commercial break here. We'll be back with the action. 6-woman tag team action here in your main event. On Backlash, they went to a no contest and a 2 out of 3 falls left. So the next step in this rivalry is Hell in a Cell. Cody Rhodes versus Seth freaking Rollins will happen for the 3rd time, and it'll be inside Hell in a Cell. There must be a winner to this rivalry, and the stakes just got even higher. Whoever wins this matchup is the #1 contender to the WWE Championship. High stakes, bad blood. Only way to decide it, Hell in a Cell. Cody Rhodes will step inside the structure to battle Seth freaking Rollins, as we must crown a victor who will walk away not only the winner of this rivalry, but who will walk away the #1 contender to the WWE Championship. Big time matchup inside Hell in a Cell. Well, back to the action here now. Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch are the legal competitors, as this one's starting to break down. You see Doudrop on the outside. Her and Bianca Belair were just going at it. Bianca actually bounced Doudrop off of the announce table. But Liv Morgan now in control over Becky Lynch here. As Liv now actually going to go for the pin on Lynch. Gets one, gets two as this one kicks out at 2. Nikki there was to break it up, and now all the superstars back in. Rhea's going to take it to Liv, as to Nikki, excuse me. We know the history between those two superstars. They were former women's tag team champions of their own. As Rhea continues to hammer away on Nikki on the outside, but back in, Becky has a disarmer locked in on Liv Morgan. Will Liv tap out? She's trying to fight off the disarmer, but Bianca Belair, though, will drop a kick to Becky. Save her team, I would think. And there's a forearm shot for Becky. We knew these two wouldn't be done as Becky disposed of Bianca over the top rope and now continues to work away on Liv. Meanwhile, we're actually going for the pin now. Gets 1, 2, but Liv kicks out at 2. All the action, though. Now Doudrop goes at it with Rhea on the outside. Doudrop going back to her corner, though, as it seems like it's starting to die down a little bit. It got very hectic there for the past couple of moments as Becky Lynch drops a leg drop here on Liv and is going to drop another one for good measure. Becky Lynch starting to get rolling. The 6-time women's champion continues to dominate and now looks to mock the crowd as this is her old persona, but kind of giving Liv maybe a little bit too much time. No, she doesn't make the tag to Rhea. I think she wanted to tag to Ripley. Does not get it as Becky Lynch continues to maintain control over Liv Morgan. Slams her into the turnbuckle, but Liv looking to fight back. Fighting out of the corner, backing up Becky. Creating some separation. Now goes up and hits a Hurricane Rana on Becky Lynch. Liv Morgan now trying to fight out of the box. Looks to drag Becky Lynch over to the center of the ring. She actually looks like maybe going to go for a pinfall here. She does. Gets 1, but Becky Lynch only kicks out at 1. You have to do a little bit more than that if you want to knock off the 6-time women's champion. There's a neck breaker, though, from Liv, and now she's finally got the space. She's going to make the tag, and Bianca Belair enters the fray. Bianca and Becky again face off, and Bianca quickly takes Becky Lynch down with a double leg. Looks for the standing moonsault, though, but Becky Lynch gets the knees up. As Becky Lynch and Bianca, plenty of history. Don't really got to talk more of it here. And I don't think they are done. Bianca Belair fighting out. Drops Becky Lynch backwards. Bianca now looking to maintain control. Whips Becky into the far corner. She sizes her up now from behind. Bianca up to the second turnbuckle. What does she have in mind here? And just looking to choke out Becky Lynch. Look at the power in the corner. That was a straight up chokehold from behind. Looking to take Becky's lights out. Becky does make the tag to Doudrop. So wise moment there from Lynch, looking to get out of the ring after that choke. Is now Doudrop back in the ring, but Bianca actually going to Becky. Doudrop, though, saves Lynch. And she whips Belair into the far corner. Belair, there's a back elbow to Doudrop, backs her up. Becky now, or Bianca, excuse me, looking to fight out, and she hits a suplex there on Doudrop. That's just the straight power of Belair. With a suplex there on Doudrop, now looking to drag her over. And she goes for the pin here. This to win, but doesn't even get one. Ref kind of slow into position there, but Doudrop does kick out. Both teams starting to get into the late stages. Bianca, look at this strength, just flips Doudrop over. There's a knee across the midsection of Doudrop, and Bianca Belair, the power game on full display here tonight. No squats yet, but I mean, just lifting up Doudrop is pretty impressive. As now Bianca back to the top rope. It's a big time splashdown, maybe taking a page out of her husband Montez Ford playbook. She got plenty of height on that one. Now gets Doudrop back to her feet. Nice right elbow, drops her right back to the canvas. Now goes for the pin, gets 1, but Doudrop still kicks out at 1. Great resiliency shown by Doudrop here as now Bianca makes the tag to Rhea. Looking to keep the competitors fresh. Rhea now over to the downed opponent's going to pick her up, kick to the midsection, maybe thinking for Riptide here, and she gets her up. Riptide on Doudrop. Doesn't hold the pin, though. Now actually going to go in for the cover, but Doudrop grabs the rope. Good ring awareness by Doudrop. Rhea, though, pretty impressive. Hit the Riptide on Doudrop, but it wasn't enough. Now Rhea, though, tying up Doudrop, maybe trying to make her tap out. No, Doudrop in some trouble. Becky was trying to get there, but Liv cut her off. Now Nikki, see if she can make the save. She hasn't been able to get there, but she finally does. Connects with Rhea. I thought Doudrop was moments away there from tapping, but everybody, all the action going to the outside. It's just Rhea and Doudrop in the ring, and now Rhea's trying to go for another pin. Gets one, gets two, and it actually is enough. Plenty of damage done by the submission, and Rhea gets the victory for her team. She pins Doudrop as her, Liv Morgan, and Bianca Belair are victorious here tonight in 6-woman tag team action. And they continue their momentum as Liv and Rhea look for a future clash, and Bianca Belair looks to what is next in terms of her next title defense. But that's all I have time for you guys tonight. We saw this one made official. Cody Rhodes, Seth freaking Rollins, Hell in a Cell, and the winner is the #1 contender to the WWE Championship. Big time stakes there as we finally get a conclusion to that rivalry. Also, we know Bobby Lashley will put the WWE Championship on the line versus The Miz. Will The Miz be able to shock the world and beat the new almighty champion, or will Lashley notch his first title defense? We'll have to see at Hell in a Cell. Also, this coming week on SmackDown, a newest SmackDown Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey, will be in action for the first time since winning that title, as we can see Ronda Rousey with gold around her waist. Also, speaking of gold, the Intercontinental Championship is on the line. Ricochet will defend this coming SmackDown against Jinder Mahal. Ricochet said he's going to be a fighting champion, but is he biting off a little bit more than he can chew in the former world champion in Jinder Mahal? We'll have to find out this coming Friday on SmackDown, but we continue to build towards Hell in a Cell. 3 weeks away, our next big pay-per-view here on the channel. You aren't going to want to miss it. That's all we have time for you today. I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more Universe Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.